So the question is about men and high blood pressure. What's the big deal? Well, a few things, so stay tuned. I'm going to go in on this. High blood pressure in men, first of all, can be silent. A lot of times men do not know that they have high blood pressure, especially because the age-old myth that men do not go to the doctor or they don't go often enough. And in some cases, they're aware of high blood pressure and may even be on medications. However, if you do not monitor your blood pressure regularly, then you may be on medications, but the blood pressure is still not well controlled. So point number one, if you have not had your blood pressure checked, men, get your blood pressure checked at least once every 3 months, especially if you're over the age of 40, simply because there are changes in your body that can occur that may result in higher blood pressure. So going a year, 2 or 5 without having a blood pressure check is not okay. The second thing is if you are on high blood pressure medications, then you want to make sure that you are checking the blood pressure on a regular basis, because if it is not low enough, it's not well controlled, there's still the same impact and the same potential for complications as if you were not on medications at all. So medications alone do not solve blood pressure problems. The third thing is that even though you may not feel symptoms of high blood pressure, there are still problems that are going on with your organs, your kidneys, which is why we see people with uncontrolled hypertension on dialysis, your eyes, which is why we see people with uncontrolled hypertension have visual issues and maybe even lose their sight. Your heart, this is why we see people with uncontrolled hypertension who have unexplained or sudden heart attacks and even strokes. So it is so important to ensure that you are checking your blood pressure on a regular basis, that you're monitoring your blood pressure even if you're on medications, and that you are aware that just because you don't have complications does not mean that there is not something happening in the background.